guys, welcome back. Okay, so I just woke up. I wanted to get this up as early as I possibly could. I went to locals last night. It was interesting to the least. I'll lay out the deck and then I'll try to explain some of the decisions and I guess some of the things I'm noticing and then some of the things I just feel like, okay, I think something's gotta change. Because if you know, with these type of decks, you can't think conventionally. You can't think of how the rest of the top tiers are building their decks, because this is not the style of it is completely different. So you can't be relying on that type of evidence. Like, of course, it's some cards are just inevitable that they just do a certain thing. So there's no doubt that it's good. Like Ash is good, Droll's good. You know, does that make sense? But like other card choices, as obviously as it may seem, they're not always necessarily the best decision for your particular deck, especially for decks that are not top tier. I'm playing Rogue. Okay, I want to talk about this card because the sole purpose of this is to just bait out Ash or bait out Ogre, just get it out of the way. Because either way, you want to be persistent in whatever you want to do, because you want to get to this as fast as you can. And as this, so having multiple ways to try to get to it, and multiple ways to try to bait your opponent into doing things, the better it is for you. Because ideally, normally, like if you want to play against this deck, you don't like you can prevent. I guess you can do that, but I mean, I think you'll hurt me more if you like. No, but no, it depends. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. It's different approaches of how you want to play it, depending on your hand and how you can follow it up. So it's a lot of factors into it. But I don't know. But yeah, the whole purpose of this is just to bait, like discard this, discard that, discard that, discard these. Just get to the grave, and then if they Ogre Ash it, then you still have multiple ways to get to it, especially because you play shrines as well. That's the whole purpose of it. At first I was playing the pendulum, the dark worm, but I don't know, it was a body that was just in the way. Like it doesn't make sense because it's just like, you use it for link material. But I don't know, most of the time when I was playing it, I was like, oh dude, like, do I really need this in the deck? Like, of course you can pendulum summon, I like these guys, but like, I don't know, it was good for when I had the appropriate hand as it is, but like it didn't really help me other than besides that. I don't know, like it was good. God, this is really hard to explain these type of things. It was just like unnecessary. It was a good unnecessary card there. That's a better way to explain it. Then you have Soul Charge, 1-for-1. Okay, so when I play against 2 freaking Royal Chalice. I played against Spiral, and then again playing Lightsworn Fluffle. Yeah, so it was it was Michael, Jamie, freaking Jake, and then Yatin. That's horrible. I think Royal Chalice, freaking, oh my god, that deck looks so freaking. Oh, dude, like I think that deck you have to really know what you're doing, otherwise it's gonna be like those type of stuff. I like the type of deck because like they're really intricate. The way they function is like, oh, you can do like the an overwhelming thing. And I was like, I've heard of them. Majority of you would tell me about them of what they're about, but never really looked into it and like actually like seen what they're actually potential they can do. It's pretty insane, dude. I just like how they interact with each other. It's really cool. So okay, so I lost that one. Lost round 1. Went to time. It was like, it took like a long time. I made a misplay that I was completely oblivious to. Like the way I thought the because we had like, what do you have? He had the kaiju at the waterfront, and then I had a kaiju too. So I was I went pretty good. But the way I was calculating was I thought that like if all the cards from field go to grave, that's just 1 counter. But it happens to be that like for all the cards sent, it's 1 counter for each. So that's where I miscalculated. It was so bad. I was like, okay, well that doesn't work. So that's pretty crazy. And so I ended up losing that game. It was pretty good. It was either I tied it or lost. And then and round 2 was another world chalice. I think it was like, yeah, I was pretty sure. I think, yeah, I ended up winning that one, JV. And then against Spyro, oh my god, Spyro, freaking. Okay, game 1, I think I go. What did I do? I think I max. We both opened a maxi. I think he. No, how did it go? I think he went. He went first. Yeah, I think I let him go first. And then I maxed, and then he's just, yeah, he ended up nat beast and something. And then I just ended up just pushing for a game, and that was just done. And then game 2, he freaking cherries my freaking proxy dragons. So it was a struggle. So I mean I could still set up. I set up a live firewall and a black rose on his turn, and but he ended up drawing for a Geki. I was like, okay, Geki wins. And then game 3 it took forever. We were like I think like 20 minutes overtime because it was like really thinking about it. And we were in this predicament where I had to really like really think. Otherwise, but he messed up though. That's I feel like I don't know why I just didn't scoop the right at the beginning, because like his end board could have been like a topologic sleeper and what's it called, helix. So I don't know, like I don't know what the hell I was thinking. I don't know. What's whatever. Anyways, I tried to push past it, and when going to time, I was really thinking about the situation. Oh, that's one of the things I hate, man. Like, no, oh my god, I hate when people do that. When people circle around you and they rush you. I hate being rushed, especially because you're playing these decks and you need every possible second to think of what you want to do. When there's people constantly just poking at you, it's like, dude, let me fucking think. Let me think. Oh my god, that's one of the things I hate. I hate it, and I hate very little things in this world. But little things like that, oh my god, it just gets into my nerves. But yeah, so I ended up doing that and ended up getting peer pressured and then just stuffing it all up. So it ended up losing. But still, like, one of those things, it depends how you deal with it. You can't be a total ass about it because it's just, you know, you're trying to enjoy it, and then it defeats the purpose if you become an ass to a part somewhere. It makes no sense. But anyways. And then Yaten, what happened? I let him go first, and then he ends up with this board with a Trigate, negate, and then like double snow. Well, snow underneath the babushka, and it was just too much. It was way too much. So that's why I think going if you watch my video since the beginning, there's phases that I go through. Like I'm trying to build and perfect the deck, and there's this time where I get to the point where I'm too reliant on my opponent. You have to consider them, of course. You have to consider the meta, but you also have to consider what your deck's meant to do. And this is where I'm going for circle. Where if you saw it was last year. Actually, when I went LLDS, I was beforehand. I was like, if you look at all the previous videos, I was focusing too much on my opponent. I was focusing way too much, and it just deconstructed it, and it just I guess. It compromised the strategy of the deck. So I'm just gonna go all out. I'm gonna just go first, man. We just focus everything on going first and just try to overwhelm. And then if I go second, then that's when I approach and I guess side properly, because that's the one thing I'm noticing. My side is changing and it's like not consistent to where I like it. It's not where I feel confident when I side. Whereas before, like in any particular top tier or a different format, I would be like, okay, I know what to do. I know it's a little bit awkward. So I think that's another thing I'm gonna change now. Going second was nice, but I think that's yeah, I don't know. So changing it up a bit, especially this card. I always drew my 6th card last night too. Fucking this card. Oh my god, it's so bad. So excuse my language. Oh my god, I'm so heated from last night. Oh my god. But anyways, and the side deck was pretty like I said, okay, so Gamma Seals when you know you're going second for sure, and then and then you have this for Trickstar for that trap. But like I know you hate losing strike because you have this, so you don't want to get any burn damage. Then you have one crow. I drew it against the World Chalice. That's like hilarious. And then you have your board wipes. Then you have this whenever you go first. You get kite. The extra deck is pretty the same. Oh shit. Okay, that's Firewall. That's Fireball. Fuck. I should have arranged these when I fucked it. Okay, so this firewall, decode, fragate, triple proxy. Oh, I'm playing this. Then this. Black Rose, Coral Charge, Librarian, Excel, and Delphi. And if you notice, I wasn't playing the quick just because I want to try it out. Because like I said, you just want to get to it as fast as you can. But I think in the long run, I think the quick just would have been much better. That would have been way much better. Like in the from what I remember, it would have been much better if I quick just. It's just the pressure it would give. Like I would have this, and like this, and that would be a tuning or a quick draw. So I was like, wait. I think quick draw would have been pretty good right now. So yeah, I don't know. But yeah, this wasn't bad though. Like the whole concept of it seemed fine. But I think going second. Like there's one time when I opened it really good. Going second, I was like, oh shit, I should have gone first. So I think I'm just taking that approach. Go back to that approach. It's meant to do that. It's meant to do that. It's meant to overwhelm, and then I don't know. But that's the thing. It's all a struggle trying to figure out. That's the whole. It's like, it gives you something to chase. It gives you something to perfect. It's just the way the fundamentals of how I view the game. But you want to build something, and then make sure that strategy works. And once it works, it's just amazing. But unfortunately, it just hasn't been going too well. So that's one of the things. A lot of people might be going through this funk where you're not performing as good as you would want, and then it starts dwelling on you, and then oh man, and then you just struggle, and it starts going down how you want to have the thoughts of quitting. And it's like, oh, don't do that. Come on, just give it some effort and just try to figure it out. That's the whole point. If you keep doing that if you just even at this, if you can't I guess overcome the downfalls of this, it translates to everyday life as well. It's just how it is sometimes. Like if you, I don't know, I don't know. I just give an effort. Just try to figure it out, and it ends up working out if you try hard enough. But anyways, that's pretty much gonna be it. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.